Alright, well, Dad eating cereal is going up in romantic AF with his kids for a grand proposal in a wedding ring to Nikki Bella, who's barely wearing pants. So, where would you rank that? Straight up doing it.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to All the Loves. I'm here with my special guest, Matt, and I'm Sonja, of course.
Her very special guest. I am her husband, as you will know if you watched any of our other stuff.
Are you?
I would hope. Especially because this is a Valentine special of your Valentine show. So.
I'm supposed to be doing the intro.
But whatever.
We're already starting off. We're already off to a bad start. Yes. We're gonna do something different because that's how we are, the variety channel. We're gonna talk about Valentine gift ideas and basically special things to do on Valentine's, and we're gonna rate them on a tier list, I guess.
Yeah. So, to start, Sonny didn't say, but we didn't really have time for a shop with me this week.
No.
But as it was, this was an idea we wanted to do for Valentine's Day, because I thought it'd be fun to take a look, not at necessarily gift ideas like Sonja said, but just ideas in general that people usually do on Valentine's Day.
Well, it's still in a gift in its own right, I guess.
But I have it set in this tier ranking thing, and as you see here, our tier ranks are romantic AF, pretty romantic, okay, overrated, and trash. Now, I only have in here the things I thought about because I wanted to keep this more of a surprise to Sonja before we even did this. But if Sonja has ideas of other things that would be in this list that we could put there as we go along, then we'll do it.
I probably do.
But anyway, let's get going. You ready for this, Sonja?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like it has it a little shuffled here. But, so we'll have the first one as buying a teddy bear or stuffed animal. That's basically what I have this set as.
Well, in my opinion, I think it's cute. I don't know about romantic, but like if they have like a favorite animal or like a favorite color, you can get a bear or like a rabbit in that color. And it's like, oh yeah, because I have some memories or like touching moments. Our first or second Valentine's Day, you gave me a panda bear, and it was like the coolest panda bear I had. And it sleeps next to me on my table every night, so.
When I can't because I work overnight lately, so. With that said, it is a very basic idea. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things that I guess a lot of people do because it's easy to do.
Yeah.
And it might not be as special the older you get either. It might be more something for younger couples.
I was going to say that, like, it's more for, like, maybe not a mature couple or, like, kids. Because we've gotten a couple stuffed animals for Raiden for Valentine's Day. But to me, I am a big bear and I do have stuffed animals still because a lot of them have sentimental value. I've gotten rid of some other ones. So to me, it's a cute thing, but I can see it being like, I don't know, overrated or not for mature couples.
Overall though, where would you put it? Would you put it like right middle of the line, like okay?
Probably in the middle, yeah.
Alright, so
because like I said, it could be like, it's like in the middle for me because, well, not for me because I just said it was more romantic, but I could see other people thinking, oh, it's just a stuffed animal, I don't need that, it's kind of lame when you're older, but yeah, I think the middle is the perfect spot.
Okay, so I put that in the okay tier for stuffed animals. Next, I'm going to just keep with the gift ideas in general. We have chocolates, a box of chocolates, another very common one. If I had to say for myself, I like chocolates. I think it's always kind of like a gamble, like not looking at the little things.
You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, that kind of crap. Some of them are terrible, some of them are good. But
it depends on what you get, because you got Whitman's, you got Russell Stover, you got Hershey's, you got Lind Truffles. Like, there's so many nowadays.
But kind of, even so, with that in mind, I don't necessarily think it's a great gift. It's more like one of those things a lot of people expect in addition to something else. Mm-hmm. So what about you?
I think they're overrated. Like, it was awesome getting it, like, the first couple times, and then I was just like, eh. But the thing is, it does when we were younger, my parents would give us kids. I have 2 sisters, 1 brother, and me. There's 4 of us kids. We would always get a box of chocolate and, like, either lottery tickets or, like, a stuffed animal or some, like, small toy. So, in that aspect, I liked it, but we would get, like, Reese's or, like, Hershey's or assorted chocolate, like the assorted Hershey bar things. It wasn't, like,
Lindor or whatever. Not Lindor. Whitman's, that's it.
Whitman's or Russell Stover. That was more for my mom. We would just get, like, the box that would have, like, only Reese's in it, Hershey's in it, or, like, the Hershey's, like, crackle and golden, like, assortment bags.
We used to... we used to have that a lot, too. Growing up, my mom would buy us, like, the very cheap, like, $1 boxes of chocolates. That was pretty much all we'd get, though, from our parents for Valentine's Day. Other than that, I mean, at school, they had those little Valentine's cards, which maybe should have been on here by itself, but I didn't put them here.
Nah, that's only for kids in school.
Yeah, I see it as a very basic, almost generic and expected gift, and not something that's really all that great by itself, but in addition to something else, so...
Well, like I said, when you're a kid and you get, like, Reese's or something, that's good. But if, like, when you're an adult, you get, like, the assortment chocolates. I don't really like assortment chocolates. I mean, the first couple times I got them, like, oh, this is awesome. Now I'm just like, meh.
Alright, so where would you put it?
Overrated.
Overrated? Alright, so chocolates are going in the overrated tier. Now, what's not on here, which could be another gift, I'm just going to add this in before the last gift, I guess I have, is flowers.
You didn't put flowers on here?
No, I didn't think about
it. Gimme.
Again, not very creative, but a lot of people really like flowers. I know you do.
Yeah.
So if flowers was on here, where would you put it? And why?
Romantic as AF. Because you could do, like, a spa day and, like, have a trail of rose petals, like a bath. And, like, oh, you can have alone time in the bath. Or you can do it to the bed and, like, give her a massage or something. Or you can just, like, if she's having a bad day, you give her flowers. And my favorite are roses. Yeah, I'm cliche, whatever, sue me. But, yeah, I think they're romantic AF.
I was thinking more the bouquet of flowers, like, you're like, okay, there's the flowers, but then there's things you can do with the flowers that make it more...
Yeah, I'm talking in both sense.
Okay,
I mean, you could buy, like, in my other Shop With Me videos, you can buy just, like, fake petals that you can use yourself.
Alright, well, it's not there, but let's pretend it's there. Romantic AF for flowers. Last but not least on the normal gift idea would be jewelry. I have this nice picture of, like, diamond earrings and stuff here, but...
Is that what that... Okay.
What do you think jewelry would rank?
Trash.
I think you're, like, the only person... I don't know. The only female that would probably say that.
I don't know.
I mean, I know a lot of girls that like getting jewelry and stuff. A lot of women that like getting jewelry for Valentine's Day. But for you, you never been a fan of it. Even the ring I got you for our marriage was kind of like a one and done thing. So you weren't very big on diamonds. So
no, I told him to get me like a gumball machine ring because I was like, don't spend so much money. I do really like the ring you gave me because it has blue sapphires in it, like actual sapphire. But diamonds to me are just ugly. They're hideous. I hate them. Now, like if it's purple jewel or like a black jewel, I really like that. And I do wear necklaces and stuff and bracelets, but I'm just not huge on jewelry.
So you would still stick with jewelry in the trash?
Yeah.
All right. Well, our first member of the trash list is jewelry.
So that's another thing, too, because, like, they don't really last. Some of them can last for a while, but other ones, they don't really last.
All right. So, I mean, I feel like that one's probably going to get a little bit of flame war, but we'll see.
It's just my opinion. It's not a common opinion, but it's mine.
So we're going to go on to kind of date night ideas, sort of. First up, we have the movies. Going to the movies for Valentine's Day. It's not really first up. All these are wicked out of order, and I don't know if it was the way I uploaded it or what, but that's why I'm doing it. So going to the movies.
I'd probably say overrated because a lot of couples probably have that idea, and it'd be, like, packed.
I'm going to say overrated, too, just because it goes with another one that'll be on here. Doing the stuff around Valentine's Day makes more sense to me than going on Valentine's Day itself because, yeah, there's a lot of people. They're packed. They're busy. And for me personally, I don't necessarily like big crowds. So it makes it kind of takes away from the experience. Not only that, but depending on where you go or what you're doing, it can be very loud and obnoxious and not very fun. So
yeah. I think a movie in bed or like cuddling on the couch sounds better than in person.
Well, for that, we will put movies here at overrated. None of these have ranked above okay, besides Flowers, which is not here. Not pictured.
Well, that's my opinion.
Alright, so next would be a dinner out, which I think we pretty much just covered this almost, really, with the movies. Because it's the same deal, because you're going out to a place...
Well, dinner... That can be hard because it doesn't matter if it's Valentine's or whatever. People go out to eat a lot. And, I mean, yeah, it's probably more packed during, like, Valentine's or, like, special occasions like Christmas or something like... Well, not Christmas, but... You know what I'm trying to say, like, special occasions. So this one, I think, is not overrated per se, but it'd probably be hectic on Valentine's Day.
I think Valentine's Day, again, would be way busier, way more hectic. And I feel like that was spoke from experience, because I think I tried making reservations one time on Valentine's Day for something for us to do, and I couldn't because they were packed. They were completely booked. So again, doing it near Valentine's Day, but not on Valentine's Day, seems like the better idea.
Yeah.
Just in my opinion.
I'd probably put it in the middle.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Where the hell did I put it? Okay. Now, on the flip side of this, we have dinner, homemade, romantic dinner, homemade at home.
Romantic AF.
Especially granted, this picture I have here is family eating cereal.
That's
not so much a home.
That's a dad and a child. That's probably like divorced dad. I can't make food. Have cereal.
Not so much a homemade meal per se. But you think?
I think it's romantic AF, especially if if you're part. I'm just saying like the man cooks because like every woman likes a man who cooks. I mean, or if you're like bi or gay, no discrimination here. But like basically. Whoever wears the pants, I guess, in the relationship, or whoever does most of the cooking, you swap roles, and they cook for you. I think it's really romantic.
All right. Well, Dad eating cereal is going up in romantic AF with his kids. I feel the same way if it's I in general, just because again I don't necessarily like going out. I'm a shut-in, but
I think it's more special, too.
Yeah, there's more love and care put into a dish you're making for someone else, depending on who's doing it, vice versa. And yeah, if it is fucked up, then it at least gives you a memory to laugh at, too. I mean, if you have a really shitty meal. So, I guess I'm going to put this in with the date night, but just a quiet night in, which I feel is different from the last thing I said. Because this kind of encompasses the other stuff you could do. For the most part, except for one of them, which you'll get to. For a quiet night in, watching movies, playing games, cuddling by a fire, as these two are doing in this picture I have. So to me, that, again, is... I like it. I mean...
Yeah, that's usually what we do anyway. We usually have... Sometimes we go out, other times we just do stuff here.
Alright, so do you think that a quiet night in fits with romantic AF as well? Pretty romantic?
Pretty romantic.
Okay. Alright, so now we're getting on to, I guess, the more extreme ideas of what might happen.
Oh, yeah?
First one I have is proposing. A marriage proposal. Just basic marriage proposal that no one's ever done on Valentine's Day or around Valentine's Day ever.
You did!
So yeah, that's, I don't know if it was Valentine's Day, but it was roughly...
It wasn't. It was like a week after. Because you wanted to do it around Valentine's, but, like, I think because they had to special order it, it got delayed, and then you had to go pick it up, so.
But yeah, marriage proposal. I mean, I feel like it would be special no matter when you do it, but doing it on Valentine's Day, I think, kind of seems more predictable, honestly.
Yeah. People do it for Valentine's or Christmas. Those are like the top two where people propose.
So it kind of takes away from the moment when it's not as much of a surprise.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that in that sense it's overrated.
It is a little overrated, but I mean, I get it. It's a day of love and stuff.
Well, this is your show, so where would you want it?
Overrated, probably.
All right, so marriage proposal here is going to overrated. Now, I tried to find something as a grand proposal because it's the same thing as wedding proposal, but in this case, there's a lot of effort put into it. Like, you have the name up on a billboard or something, or, skywriting, shit like that.
I love you, popping fresh.
When I put in grand proposals, John Cena and Nikki Bella came up.
Yeah, so, I saw the wrestling thing. I'm like, what the hell is that?
In this case, I don't know, because I feel like the extra effort to make it more memorable on a day where it could very well be like another activity or less surprising, I do think that extra effort kind of makes it a little better. But some people might not like that embarrassment. They might not be put on the spot as much. Especially if it's something with a crowd.
I would say okay, because I think it's 50-50. I think some people do like it, but then there's a lot of people that are be embarrassed and don't want to be put on the spot like that. So I'd say it was in the middle, because it is kind of 50-50. I wouldn't want it to be too huge because I don't like people looking at me. I get that all the time at work. I don't know why.
My original plan, I can't remember now because I'm old and my memory sucks, but I believe my original plan was to bring you to a restaurant at least and do it there.
Aww.
But for some reason, I think that's when I tried to book it. It was overbooked and then it came late anyway, so I don't know. It just didn't happen the way I wanted it to anyway, but
it was still cute in your own way though.
So we're going to go to okay for a grand proposal in a wedding ring to Nikki Bella, who's barely wearing pants. So, after all the stuff that happens on Valentine's Day, where do things end? In the bedroom. So, this last one is straight up effing.
What the hell is the black bar?
We'll get to the black thing in a second, but... making love on Valentine's Day. I feel like a lot of people do this, if not everybody.
Yeah, that's why there's a lot of November babies.
Yep. I think anytime's a good time for that.
Yeah.
It don't matter if it's Valentine's Day or not. To me, it's never felt any more special on Valentine's Day. It feels
more like work on Valentine's Day.
There actually is something probably to that. Just because, mentally, not necessarily for you, but even the guy or anybody in general, you could probably be thinking about that, okay, so this is going to be happening today, maybe. So I have to be prepared. But what if you're not, in the mood? Or what if you're not mentally...
I gotta make it
in a good
very
place,
special.
In a good place at night. Or, what if you want to put in that extra effort? So, yeah, there could actually be more stress, I think, maybe, on Valentine's Day sex. So, maybe I'm even overthinking Valentine's Day sex right now. Maybe I'm making it too complicated as it is.
No.
So, where would you rank that? Straight up doing it.
Overrated.
You think it's overrated? No, in general, or just this?
No, because... In general, no. On Valentine's Day, because it's that's more lust than love, I think. Intimacy is one thing, but, you could just...
I've always looked at it differently. I imagine... maybe it's just the guy in me. But, his name's Fred. But... I've always seen it as...
The guy in you is named Fred? Wait, that took me a second.
I've always seen it as a romantic thing. I've always seen it as more of an extension of our love. I don't... Yeah, okay, lust, because obviously there's some dirty stuff involved, but it's always just been an extension of love for me. By the way, there are a few people that are a little bit on the younger side. Please skip this part. I probably said this a little late, but please skip this part. Anyway.
No, I obviously think it's romantic too. I'm just thinking, people would oh, we have to do it. What if it's a work night? You gotta go to work the next morning. Don't have the energy. I don't think that would really interfere with the work day, but that's me. So I'll still put it in overrated right here at the end. Put it at okay. I changed my mind.
Alright, boning is okay. Now, maybe you're one of the millions of people that don't want anything to do with Valentine's Day, activities, gifts, or anything. So that's what we have here. Nothing at all.
Nothing
Doing
at all.
nothing at all on Valentine's Day.
That's like a Debbie Downer, though. Because even when I was single, like I said before, I made cookies and, like, treats for my coworkers and stuff. Or just try to have fun. Or for my friends, like, give them cards.
Yeah, but I see not as much when I'm with somebody, I guess. So, I mean, depends on how you look at it. But I've always seen Valentine's Day in general as just kind of like a pointless and made-up holiday to sell stuff.
Like, yeah, that's like all the holidays, though.
Depends on what your opinion is on that, because I mean, at least like Christmas, even though that is again a very big money holiday, is originated from a Christian religious holiday.
Yeah.
So there's a point to it. Valentine's Day celebrates Saint Valentine, but in the grand scheme of things, it's literally just something to sell something else.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, I get people that are just like, fuck it, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to do it. Then again, some people are just lazy and don't want to do the effort. So I know a couple people like that. So, doing absolutely nothing, what would you say that is?
Okay.
You think it's okay? I thought you.
Well, how is it supposed to be romantic?
Well, that's just it. Would it be trash doing nothing?
Well, not if you're single. It's kind of trashy if you have someone, though.
Alright, so doing nothing is okay as well.
That's what I mean. It's a 50-50. If you're single, whatever, it's fine. But if you have someone with you, then it's horrible.
I guess, because if you're with somebody that also don't want to do it or deal with Valentine's Day, then okay, you're on equal ground. So.
Okay. So yeah, it's neutral again.
Anyway, that's the tier list as we have it. The URL for it will be down below if you guys want to make your own tier list from this stuff. Anything you want to add to this list that I probably forgot that we should add to it?
Having champagne, I guess?
Having champagne. Wouldn't that fit with a dinner?
Wine? No.
Or romantic night in? Okay, so.
Maybe it could be added to that.
Alright, getting smashed. We'll just put that as the thing. Where did we put it?
I say that trash because I don't drink.
Okay,
I don't know. I'm trying to think. It's hard to think on the spot. I had stuff earlier, but we already talked about it, so.
I think this list is good. I think we can go with this. Maybe if we revisit this next year or whatever, we can add more, but.
Maybe.
So, again, this is your video, Sweet, so you go ahead and do your outro here.
Well, I guess that's it. Want to thank you guys for joining us, and if you like what you see or want to see future videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is S Family Studios, and let us know down in the comments what you think about Valentine's Day or about some of the things we talked about. But without further ado, see you next time.